the destination is on your left.
You have fun tonight, honey. Okay? Daddy will talk to you tomorrow. Alright, love you. What did you say?
I got take pictures of a bear.
Am I gonna take pictures of a bear? If I see one, I'll try. But hopefully they doesn't see any bears.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, honey. Alright, so I'm about to go to the sauna here soon. But I got up this morning and decided to go through this old journal that I started using when I was playing in Miami. And I would use it for game planning for teams. We were playing Jacksonville that week. And then I went on and I used it for some other teams. And then I started to write in it during the season in 2015. And I came across my first entry and I basically was talking about all the things that I was struggling with. So I just started writing about all these things and I started talking about like core values and I started talking about like, you know, what means the most to me and what kind of like is my fuel to get me going. And in here, I talk about God, excellence, and relationships. Those are my core values. And I think that when I spoke to the Miami Hurricanes that year, I think those were the core values that I spoke about. What I did this morning is I wrote an entry right here. And now I wrote to myself, continuing on those thoughts that I had from, 8 years ago. And what I recognized when I was writing this is that, I had these core values that I didn't really even know if they were mine because I was still stuck in this place of like performing for other people because performing is what I did all my life. And what I realized is that God, excellence, and relationships is my core values. And I knew God and relationships were, but there was something about excellence that seemed off. excellence is more of a characteristic of who I am, more so than a core value that I hold myself by. The reason I got the characteristic of wanting to be excellent is because I was always judged by my performance. And when you perform at something, you essentially want to be perfect because you want the highest score. That's in school, that was in football, that was in making YouTube videos, that was in everything. And, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, because striving for excellence to me just means to give the best that I have with whatever that I'm doing, And I think by me striving for that, it's a good thing because it means that I care about whatever it is that I'm doing. But I think when I have the other side of the coin, which is like perfection, I think that like that's where it becomes, kind of exhausting, because there's no such thing as perfection. And the crazy thing is that we all kind of strive for that. So yeah, that's what I kind of learned this morning by writing this. And I really believe that my core values are, God, family, and relationships. When I think about that being those being my core values, those are things that I'm choosing more so than things that I've kind of like learned or fell into over my 29 years of life. I'm choosing God, I'm choosing my family, and I'm choosing to have good relationships, because I think those are the fuel to why I want to live my life. Those are things that I'm choosing to want to have fulfill me, to continue on wanting to get up every day and live. And, I don't think there's no such thing as trying to be excellent at those things. I think that, being present in all those things is what really matters. So maybe presence is one of my core values, or maybe presence is something that I have to just make a part of my character as I'm having these three things be my core values. So yeah, that's kind of what I learned this morning after writing. And I'm going through this book, and I wrote about so many different things about God and like me and Charlotte's relationship and the kind of man that I want to be, starting the YouTube channel, all these things. And I would really advise, man, like, just start writing. Just write, because I'm looking at this now 8 years later. I'm just like, man, like a lot of the things that I was going through, I'm still going through now, but I've matured so much. And it's cool to see through my maturity that I still had these core things about me that I believed in that I can now understand even more in my adult, later adult years, I guess I would say. So yeah, like this was great. There's one reason I really came out here to this cabin trip, was something that I've been dealing with for some time, really all my life. And I just recognized it. And, I read something in here that's really helped me this morning that I'm not going to share on the video, but maybe I'll share one day in some other kind of setting or something. I don't know, but yeah. But maybe I'm going to come back and read more or write. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think I'm going to go hop in the sauna and kind of reset. All right, so the sauna is going to take like 30 to 45 minutes to warm up, is what I just recognized. So I'm actually going to try to cook some breakfast in here and go from there. Get a little grub before I go heat up and feel good.